The world of influencing has changed dramatically over the last 2 years, and we're having a really valuable conversation on social media right now about just how dramatically it has changed, especially when it comes to how much money people can charge for content creation. We know over the last couple of years, thousands upon thousands of new people have joined social media. There are thousands upon thousands of new videos every minute of every day going onto social media. And we know that a lot more people are trying to influence as well, or be a content creator who is going to get brand deals and sponsorships for taking certain products and services to their audience. So as professional influencers, we have seen a dramatic shift and a dramatic decrease in the jobs that we're able to get and how much we're able to charge, because there's now such a surplus of people being able to do these things, of people being able to be reached, of the different types of audiences. We have gone from an era where we could make a really good living to being able to charge much less in order to continue our work in this space. So what does that mean for professional influencers? Well, the first thing is that you have to understand it has changed from a monetary sense. You cannot charge what you could charge 2 years ago. Even if you have a higher audience now, even if you have more engagement now, because there are so many more options, if you are not staying within a competitive range, you are not going to do well in this space. And that can also mean that sometimes we have to take less than what we used to be worth. Sometimes that means we are devaluing ourselves a little bit. And that really comes down to a conversation you have to have with yourself. You have to understand where your line is, what you're going to be comfortable with, because you are going to have to change. You're going to have to change how you do things or what you do. And if you don't want to change your pricing, maybe that means you have to change what you're offering, where maybe you could charge, we're just going to do easy math, okay? Let's just say $1,000 for a TikTok in the past, where it was just a TikTok, a 30-second TikTok about a product or a service. Now, maybe you have to go above and beyond. Maybe you have to do a TikTok and a TikTok story. Maybe you have to include an Instagram with that. Maybe you have to include some type of usage for the people. Maybe you have to give a little more or create a little more to get the same amount of money so that you can keep your prices the same without lowering that to accommodate what other people are doing. So as an influencer, you have to reevaluate your business. You cannot just be of the mindset where it's constantly moving forward and moving up with your pricing, because it's simply not going to work in this day and age. Now, for some people, the outliers, that can work. You can go up and up and up and up, and for some people, it will work. But for most people, you have to adjust. And that, again, can mean changing your pricing, changing your frequency, changing how many you're willing to accept, changing what you're offering, changing something to accommodate something. Whether that is changing how much you're making, changing timeframes, changing what you're giving, or you are going to be accepting less. You have to be aware that there's going to be some give and take. You have to do something to maintain whatever level you're comfortable with to survive, because there are thousands of people willing to do your job. And somebody is going to pick somebody else if you do not have some sort of accommodation in there. So I'm not saying that you have to devalue yourself or you have to charge less or you have to do anything. You do not. You just have to understand the way that your business works. And your business is different than my business is different than her business is different than his business. We all run our own brands a little bit differently, and we bring different things to the table. We offer different opportunities and different reach and different engagement and different audiences. We offer our different personalities. And so you have to critically look at your business and reevaluate. So if your business right now as an influencer is not bringing in the kind of money that you want or doing things the way that you had previously done them, and you're feeling heavy or you're feeling nervous or you're feeling like something's got to give, that means it's time to reevaluate and reassess and go through and see, where do I need to change how I'm doing things? And that does not necessarily mean, more or less. It could just mean you have to reevaluate what you're doing. It could even mean that maybe instead of doing all the manual work yourself, you're switching it up to automate some of these things. There can be things that will save you time and effort and money if you invest in learning automations and systems and funnels and different opportunities to allow your people who are paying you to get more in a different sense. So you have to adjust things in your business to go with what the industry is now. And for everybody across the board, we're seeing the inability to make the same amount for the same amount of work. We have to do something differently. So less time, less effort, less money, less something, or more of something, so that you can kind of even that out and balance it. You got to find that level of balance, right? So now's the time to reevaluate your business, to go through what you have done in the past, what you're hoping to do in the future, and find what is going to actually make you profitable. Whatever that happens to be, if it's changing your business up, changing how you do things, changing what you're charging, changing what you're offering, if you're going to add new things into it, if maybe you're going to step away from some things and into other things. I'll be a little vague with you, but also a little specific with you. I'm reevaluating my business right now, my influencer business, because I am not getting all the gigs at the price that I used to charge. So now I'm reevaluating. I have shifted how much I'm charging. I've shifted how much I'm offering and what I'm offering to do. And I'm offering new services, new things. I am actually looking away from how I used to do influencing and moving into a different era of influencing, something that I did not spend as much time on, but I have done in the past. So I'm going from what used to work for me that is now super oversaturated and is not allowing me to charge as much as I used to and just not functioning with me the way that I wanted it to or the way it used to. And I'm moving more of my time over to something that I had done some of, but hadn't leaned as heavily into because I was making good money on the other thing. Now I'm shifting where my goals are, where my responsibility is, where I'm spending that time and effort and what I'm offering. I'll still do this, but I'm not doing it as much in the same way or for the same price as I used to. And I'm leaning more heavily into what is going to make me money now. So you don't have to give things up. You don't have to cancel things. You don't have to completely reevaluate what you're doing. You don't have to completely redo everything you're doing. This is not one of those makeovers where you move the Princess Diary pictures and she's a princess. You just have to shift. You have to work with what's going on in the industry right now. And you have to learn to critically look at your business and evaluate it and say, this is not working. How do I shift to make myself feel comfortable, to still make my income, to still help people to grow what they are doing without destroying this business? So look critically at it. Ask your questions. I'm here with coaching if you guys need that. If you just have some questions, go ahead and drop those down below. And I will see you in the upcoming videos as we continue to help you navigate the world of your professional influencer brand to make sure that you are still being profitable at this point in time where it's becoming much harder to be profitable inside of this business. And my puppy is here to help you as well if you saw that camera shake. And drop your questions. We'll see you in the upcoming videos as we continue to help you navigate the world of being an influencer and staying profitable. We'll see you then.